Fortune and Strife features subjects which can be uncomfortable for a general audience, such as the use of drugs and alcohol, poor treatment of people of different classes or cultures, adult situations, psychological trauma, deprivation, survival, natural disasters, and violence. Listener discretion advised. In addition, these next few episodes of the show contain cultural and historical content based upon the peoples of Asia and the Far East. We are coming at this from a place of respect and genuine interest and a love of these cultures, places, and history. We may not get it 100% right all the time, and we ask you to bear with us and give us the benefit of the doubt, and we would let us know when we get it wrong. We want to be an ally in dispelling Orientalism that has affected the Asian and Middle Eastern communities around the world. Welcome to Fortune and Strife. I am Robert, or Bayoshi Shinichi, and I'll be your host and narrator.
I am Chini, and I am playing Tochi Gen.
I am Tyler, and I am playing Akoto Richi. Let's play some L5R in the Burning Sands.
But moments before the crocodile can strike, Richi, looking out over the placid still water of the cistern, notices a pair of dark, reptilian eyes gazing back at him in the inky darkness of the perpetual night that exists underground here. And he has just a heartbeat faster reaction to take just a moment before the crocodile strikes with a incredible initiative of 10 as he assesses and fire, swaps out their focus for their vigilance, and is able to do at least something before all hell breaks loose here. So, what are you thinking, Richie? I would say the crocodile is probably range 2 from you at this moment when you notice it.
Okay. Does it clearly have eyes for Hayate?
That seems to be the person that they are moving towards. Them and Gen, who are kind of the two closest together at the water's edge right now.
Okay. So what I will do then is I will go ahead and take a step in between the crocodile and my allies here. And I would like to take the guard action.
Actually, one moment, I could. Sorry, I just realized I forgot to do a thing. Other people's expenditures of opportunities. Hayate, seeing you step forward and trying to block with him, is going to take an aggressive stance and make himself kind of look bigger than he is, and spend 2 fire ops to say, till the end of his next turn, anyone who attacks him takes 2 strife. That is 2 fire ups for him there. He also swaps his focus for his vigilance, but not nearly as fast as you are with doing so, Richi. And then, Gen, you wanted to learn a disadvantage of the crocodiles here. And the crocodile has a disadvantage of clumsy on land.
Good to know.
And that is a water disadvantage, if it makes a difference. Martial physical. All right. So, with that out of the way, Sueno didn't have any to go with. Our initiative will be Richi, the crocodile, Sueno, Hayate, and Gen. So, Richi, you step forward and put yourself into the guard action.
And I will be targeting Hayate with this.
All right, you got it.
So I'm looking for TN1.
TN1, this is a tactics check, I believe.
Yes. My tactics of 2 and my fire ring of 3. These ring increases have been real nice for me.
Mm-hmm. And to let you know, the crocodile is a silhouette 3 aquatic creature. It does not need to. It can move through the water without making any checks. Meanwhile, the rest of you to move through the cistern will have to make athletics checks to move.
Fair enough. So, what I'm sitting at is 3 successes and 1 strife. So that counts as effectively 4 successes for the purposes of the fire stance.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I will be increasing the TN to target Hayate by 1 plus an additional 1 for every 2 I only got 3, so it only is another +1. So +2 TN to hit Hayate.
Got it. And is that food just for Hayate, or does it also increase your TN? I always forget that.
Just Hayate.
Okay,
I am putting myself in harm's way.
fair enough. I think it will go ahead and decide that you will make the next best target as you've kind of stepped forward and presented yourself. Um, so yeah, it's going to move forward with its move actions and being in water stance, and it is going to attempt to bite and grab you down. Ricci, are you compromised?
I am not. I'm actually at 7 of 14 composure.
With the roll of 5 black dice and 3 white dice, with its rather large body, it will use its enormous stature to reroll 2 dice, and in the end, it gets 5 successes, 1 opportunity, and 3 strife. It'll nix 2 strife that it took off of the assessment. It just sits at 3, and it will hit you for 5. So that's 3 bonus successes on top of what it would normally do. So that is going to be 8 damage. Or
And
you can spend a void point if you want to just take a crit instead, a deadliness 4.
if I had a void point, that would be an
Ah,
option.
fair enough.
The 8 damage, and I believe my armor was not yet destroyed.
Nope. So you still have a armor of 2, I think, at this point. Or was
Yep.
it? Yep. Okay.
So that puts me of 12 fatigue of 12 endurance.
There you go. All right. And then I will activate Death Roll. When a crocodile succeeds on an attack action against the target suffers the prone and disoriented conditions.
Oh, lovely.
If the crocodile and its target are in the water, the target must make a TN3 fitness check. If they fail, the target begins drowning. See suffocation. So, yes, I will need you to make a TN3 fitness test here.
Okay. TN3 fitness. My fitness is a 2. Fire still remains a 3.
Mm-hmm.
So thankfully, I did make that success with 4 successes, 2 strife, and an opportunity. I think I'll throw the opportunity to put 2 strife back onto the crocodile, as I'm a little bit more of a tougher prey than he was expecting.
I like it. I like it a lot. There we go. So, yeah, the crocodile now goes up to 5 strife, and you have, also gained 2, but you were also at your endurance limit. Let's see if you can, or the rest of your group can dispatch this crocodile in the time before it takes the time to try to drag you deeper into the water and keep going with that death roll. All right. So with that, we go to Sueno. She does her best to react as best she can, and she goes into water stance. Draws. Actually, sorry. Knives are concealable; they can be drawn without having to take an action for it. So she will stay in air stance, draw her knife, and move forward and stab at the crocodile. Let's see here. Okay, so Sueno goes to attack, but in the dark atmosphere and the thrashing of the water and then all the movement and only having the one good eye, it's difficult for her to really get a bead on the crocodile here, and she lashes out with it and is able to really pin down any type of attack on it. But she does notice that it has been injured before on its side, and that there is a chink in its armor there. And so I'm going to spend 2 error opportunities to give it a disadvantage that it didn't have before, which is just going to be called chink in its armor, quite literally. And she yells for Hayate to get his Yari and to stab it there. With that done, it is Hayate's action. Hayate goes into water stance, runs back to where he had tossed his Yari earlier with the kind of everyone else's kind of bags and baggage and everything else that you were carrying with you. Bends down to pick it up as his action, and then as his free action, he is going to move back to within striking range. So fortunately, that's pretty much his whole turn to go and grab his war gear, but he is now all set for it. All right. And with that, we go to Gen.
So I was going to do something fancier and different, but this was looking dire, so I will uh, wade wade forward and try and sword and sheath it and see if it will be helpful.
Got it.
All
What range do you need to get to for that?
right. 0 or 1.
The nice thing is it's 0 or 1, which is really good for using with the katana. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you make up for that range 1 only. So yeah, you're able to step forward and thwack it.
And I think I am going to blow a void on this.
Okay.
Do you exploit a disadvantage on the attack or on the...
Let me look it up for you here real quick. That is, I believe, page 99 for everyone else listening out there, or at least close enough to be good. Here we go. It's page actually 101, but I was damn close. Exploiting a target's disadvantage. If the check has one or more targets, the player may choose a known disadvantage of one of the targets that logically could be used against the target of that check. If the GM agrees, the player may spend 1 void point to exploit the target's disadvantage, causing it to be applied as a corresponding advantage on the check. An adversity becomes a distinction, or an anxiety becomes a passion, for instance. So you would automatically, if for a void point, you can either guarantee yourself to get 2 rerolls, or you can give yourself spend it for a moment of glory to gain a bonus of 1 additional kept die, and roll an additional ring die and keep an additional die. Up to you how you want to make use of it, but yeah.
I'll go for the 2 rerolls, I guess.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's see if this works.
Which one do you want to try and exploit here? Do you want to exploit its clumsiness or the chink in its armor?
The chink in its armor, because it's cool.
Yeah, we'll go with that. I like it.
All right, let's see how it goes. I'm not going to get many shots because this will put me in compromised again.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. That's unhappy. That just made things worse.
Sometimes it do be like that.
And that didn't do anything for me. Okay. However, this is Iojitsu sword and sheath. So that is still good to me because that targets the character. The character suffers 5 physical damage. Okay. And
is it just a flat 5?
Huh?
Or is it equal to the deadliness of your weapon?
No, it's straight up 5.
Just straight 5. Okay.
Straight up 5. Doesn't matter what weapon I use as long as it's razor edged.
Nice. Okay.
As I understand it.
Yeah.
And then spend 2 opportunities to daze the freaking crocodile.
There you go. All right. So yeah, the sword and sheath comes slashing out, and while you are able to possibly draw a lick of blood by hitting it in its the place where its scales have been removed before, it's not doing a whole lot of damage. Its armor 4 will reduce that damage down to 1. But your bonk on the nose has somewhat dazed and confused the crocodile to blink with your iron shod sheath coming down, smacking it on its snout. All right. And that ends the first round and brings us to the second round. But it is going to be you next. You are prone, disoriented, and flopping, thrashing about in the water.
Yeah, being in the water, I think it's time to switch over to water stance.
Mm-hmm.
For my non-action, or my non-check action, I will draw my katana. And then I would like to use my flowing water strike.
Okay.
So, as a note, this is an attack and movement action.
Mm-hmm.
That is normally a TN3 martial arts water check. However, I'm disoriented, and so because this is a movement action, this increases the TN by 2, making it TN 5. But
Got it.
one of the opportunities I have can remove disoriented from me, so I have the potential to drop it back down to a TN 3.
Oh well, there you go. Let's see what you get here.
And this is with a water of 4 and a melee martial arts of 4. So I've got 4 successes, 4 strife, and 2 opportunities. One of those opportunities, I will remove disoriented from myself. So that's one less thing I have to worry about. And it does drop down the TN of this stat back down again to 3.
Mm-hmm.
The other opportunity, I would like to reduce 2 strife from this 4 strife that I'm about to take.
There you go. I like it.
So that is a success with 1 bonus success.
Okay.
So they're going to take physical damage equal to my water ring, which is 4, and suffer the bleed condition.
Okay. So they have physical resistance of 4,
Okay.
which means that you do 0 damage with a razor edge weapon before they defend, which means your katana has just become damaged.
Well, I would like for them to make a TN4 fitness check. If they fail, I will increase the physical damage they suffer by my weapon space damage.
Ah, that is good because that might.
I'd
that
like
might-
to not break my.
That would exactly. So hopefully we don't chip a katana here.
Yeah.
So again, the difficulty for this is what?
4.
And it is a fitness test?
Correct. I'm assuming they are not in earth or fire, they're still in water.
They are still in water, yeah.
Yeah, then still TN4. Also remember, they are bleeding.
Ah, that's right. This did just this automatically applies bleeding, right?
Yes.
3, not quite enough. Okay. 2 opportunities here. It will use 2 to move 1 range band so that it is now closer to Hayate. Try to get its original target before mess them up too bad. So what's the additional damage?
Yeah, it's equal to my katana, which is a 4. So 4 plus 4 makes 8.
8. So it'll take 4 damage. So that's going to be a total of 5. Okay, good. Now you didn't damage your katana. Always nice. All right.
And I'm no longer disoriented.
And you're no longer disoriented. You are still prone, though, I think, right?
I am still prone.
You are still prone. All right. So that moves us to the crocodile, who is unhappy with the way things went there a moment ago. They are
dazed.
going to go into Earth Stance. They are dazed. Yep, they're going to go into Earth Stance. And it is going to try to take a bite out of Hayate. Okay, so this time the crocodile gets 6 successes and 1 opportunity. It's killing me. I can't get more than 1 opportunity. And it takes 3 strife, which will be 3 additional damage to itself. Meaning that it goes to 8 damage. But it does hit for a goodly amount. So 6. I needed 4. 7 damage to Hayate. Minus his armor means that Hayate takes 5.
Now, its TN to hit Hayate was too higher because it was dazed?
Yes, that's why it was TN4 to hit Hayate instead of TN2.
Okay, so it didn't have as many bonus successes.
Only the 2.
Okay, just checking. Sorry.
No, it's quite all right. All right. So Hayate is at 11 out of 12 endurance. He's pretty much right there with Ricci. Okay, but unfortunately, the crocodile is not able to activate snaring as much as it has been trying to get that to go off here. It's 1 opportunity it will use to reduce the severity of the next crit it takes before the end of its next turn. And with that, we go to Sueno. Sueno is going to move to try and flank the crocodile and provide skilled assistance to Gen, because she doesn't think she's going to be able to do enough with her knife after seeing that Ricci was momentarily unable to try and get through its hide with just a katana. So she's going to instead try to do her best to maximize Gen's efforts. Oh, it's Hayate. He's going to go into Earth, take a. No, he's going to have to be in water. Uh, move one, move two, get to range two with his Yari so he can actually stab the crocodile who has to attack at range zero. It's a thing with funny thing about having to attack with your mouth. You got to be right up on somebody. All right, so Hayate just makes contact and is able to do a total of 6 damage to the crocodile, which will come out to be 2. So now the crocodile has taken 10.
Okay.
All right. Now that moves us over to Ken.
Okay. Gen is going to use the assistance from Sueno and see if she can just like attack this thing. So just a sec. Switching to fire stance and spending a void too. Last void.
Last void. All right.
Skilled assistance.
All right, Gen. So what is going to be your dice pool for this attack?
For
this check?
this attack, I have 3 martial arts. I'm doing in fire stance. I have 3 fire. I am spending a void, so I have 4 ring, and Sueno is giving me skilled assistance, giving me an additional skill. So that is 4 skill for ring, keeping 5. No, keeping 5.
5, keeping 5. Yeah, because your initial ring, your fire
3.
ring is 3. Got it. All right, yeah. So it'll be keeping 5. Okay. I will be throwing a bit of a curveball at you here now, though, and we'll say that as you kind of screw yourself up with the courage to lash out in fire stance and put your all into it, that your damaged constitution is going to come into play here, and you will have to reroll 2 dice showing success or explosive success on this check.
Okay. I rolled it, and I was staggered, but somehow I managed to stumble into an even better position than I was on my initial roll when I re-rolled those 2 successes, because got some explosive successes instead.
You did, and some clean
some-
successes. Although not that you were all necessarily looking for that, because what was the
Yes,
results
because I'm
here?
in fire stance. So my final roll is 7 successes, 3 opportunities, and 5 strife in fire stance. Okay.
God damn. All right. So how do we want to spend 3 opportunities here?
For those 3 opportunities, I need to know what the vigilance of this crocodile is.
It is 2.
Okay. I'm going to spend 2 of those opportunities to equal to its vigilance to use spinning blade style. That will inflict the damage of my iron sheath, which is my second readied weapon, to bonk this crocodile on the head. That does 3 damage.
Okay, well, with its physical resistance of 4, that'll go to
Except
0.
that it is dazed from my previous attack, and so
Yes.
that doubles it to
Oh,
6.
right.
So I do 6.
To 6. So that'll actually be
All right.
2 after reduction. So that brings him from 10 to 12 fatigue.
All right, and of course, at that point, I'm hitting it with my katana. It's my primary weapon, and it has a 4 base damage. And since I got 7 successes and 5 strife on the roll, and I'm in fire stance, that is an additional 10 points of damage.
4 plus 5 is 14. Yeah, okay. 14 minus the 4 for its hide will be 10. So that puts it to 22, which will incapacitate the crocodile. And that's with 1 floating opportunity left over. I'm not sure.
Oh, fine. I'm just going to do this in a flashy way. So I just look awesome.
Yeah, right. You know, she takes a stunning pose with the slash afterwards, and Sueno's heart goes all aflutter. Yeah, no, it's good stuff. All right. So that is the end of our second round of combat and brings us back up to initiative 10 with Ricci.
This thing is incapacitated, so
Yeah, Crocodile's not looking so happy no more.
it's at least slowed down a bit.
He wants to go back in the water.
Well, unfortunately for him, that's not going to be an option.
That's not going to be happening. Yeah. All right.
At which point, I'll go ahead and just make a. Actually, first thing I'm going to do is take a calming breath because I'm still
There
in
you
water
go.
stance. So that'll drop me down to 11 fatigue and 10 strife.
There you go.
And then we will slash down onto, or I guess slash horizontally
Across?
because I'm still
Yeah,
prone.
you're still prone. Yep. So, with your laying prone and you kind of shift your weight and make a last minute slash at the crocodile as this woozy beast has decided that no longer wants to be here and is about to look like he's going to make for the deep water of the cistern. What does Ricci do?
With my 3 successes and 3 opportunities and 2 strife, I will definitely hit with this, so that's a good sign. One of those opportunities, I will reduce my strife by 2, so that'll negate the strife I just got. The other 2 opportunities, I want to increase the deadliness of my katana because it is razor edge, and I know I'm inflicting a crit due to it being incapacitated.
Absolutely. All right. So, what will that make the deadliness then of this attack?
That brings me up to a deadliness of 9, because I am two-handing.
Okay. A deadliness 9 is a maiming blow if it goes through. All right, let's see here. Uh, Crocodile, what do you got? You got.
And I'm sure it doesn't matter terribly too much, but he is still bleeding.
He is indeed bleeding. So yeah, let's say that that attack goes through the chink in his armor and gets him somewhere deep, something like a liver shot.
Ooh.
Yeah, damaged organ is now in effect on this for the permanent injury to this crocodile. So it starts leaking black ichor blood into the onto the bricks of the cistern here, and it goes unconscious as it starts to bleed out from uh, the gap in its scales that Swainho had pointed out earlier. And there you go. At this point, the creature will, eventually probably bleed out itself, or you can dispatch it as you want. But it has fundamentally been defeated at this point.
Yeah, we'll do a finishing blow
There
to
you go.
Thank you.
put it
So,
out of its misery and our lives.
Hayata's got his spear at the ready, or it could be Sueno or again, I'm not sure, or even Ricci if you're feeling it. I'm not sure. Who do you guys
Yeah.
kind of give the final strike to?
If no one else takes the opportunity, I'll stand up and then just drive the katana right through the
The
head.
rest of them. There you go. Why not? Yeah, we'll go with that. So why don't you describe the finishing injury here to the crocodile? How you dispatch it?
Ricci stands up, shakes off a little bit of the water, just takes the katana, puts it in like holds it in 2 hands, like blade down, raises up, and then just a swift strike right into the head. Just
There you
nothing
go.
fancy, just a clean blow. Withdraws the katana, flicks off the blood and water, and then just does the smooth sheath back in. And as he does so, Ricci looks down and just sees that the bandages have unraveled from the rolling in the water. He just sighs and just, I'll redo that later.
And with Ricci dispatching the crocodile with a flourish as he spins his katana back into its saya, you have a moment to finally and hopefully truthfully rest now in this place.
Yeah. Gen is a mess. She wades ashore. She's, obviously soaking wet because we all went in to try and fight the crocodile, and collapses on the bank. She's at this point, she's got tears, but it's hard to see because she's soaking wet, running down her face, and just basically falls into Sueno's lap because she is so done with today and so tired and everything.
It's been a day.
So that's her. She's just kind of sobbing on her lap.
And Ricci will politely ignore all that is going on, and just looks over to Hate and saying, "You doing okay?"
Yeah, how about you? You were in the jaws of that beast.
I've been through worse.
Still, it would have dragged me down to the bottom if it wasn't for you.
Well, we're always here to keep an eye on each other, right?
I'm so glad you noticed it. I mean, he kind of looks up, and there are, like single brick vents where they've just left off one or two bricks side by side to, make sure that this cistern doesn't just mold over or become totally stale. But it just lets in just these tiny pinpricks of light that look like almost stars against the night sky. Except they are too regular in their arrangements, and it gives you just barely enough light to see. I mean, how on earth? How on earth did you see it? It's just my goodness, Ricci. You're probably one of the most vigilant men I've ever met.
Luck, I suppose, had something to play up with that.
Well, in the future, if you ever need anything, you know who to write to and to call on once we get back to Rokugan. If we ever get out of here.
I think I'll take you up on that offer right now. Go ahead and stand first watch. And Ricci will just kind of start taking off his clothes and wringing out the water.
And he kind of gives a chuckle, and he takes his Yari and holds it at a good, proper, soldierly position of attention, and goes to take up a position near the corridor you came in through, to make sure that no one has that might have followed you came the way that you came. I'm Robert, or Bayoshi Shinichi, your host and narrator, thanking you once again for listening. Remember to catch new episodes every Monday. If you want to catch them early or are looking for more bonus content, please consider becoming a supporting member of the Patreon at patreon.com/courtgames.
I am Tyler, and I've been playing Akoto Ricci. You can find me on my personal accounts on Twitter, @ChurcherGames, or on Twitch, also as ChurcherGames. You can find the show on the web at courtgamespod.com, on social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram under Fortune and Strife, and on Twitter @L5RFNS. If you would like to contact us, you can email the show at fortuneandstrife@gmail.com.
This is Jeannie, aka Kakita Kaori, and also known as, at least today, Doji Gen. You can find me at my blog at the Winter Garden of the Kakita website, along with helpful materials for the RPG, and also on Twitter @WhiteVeils or on Facebook. If you like, I am also found on the Court Games RPG podcast as a writer for Emerald Legacy, or check out The Table Is Yours for fiction readings of the FFG stories.
This has been Fortune and Strife, a Court Games production in association with D20 Radio Network and the Rokugana Historical Society.
Correctly with the correct amount.
D20 Radio, where gamers roll.
www.d20radio.com